with automation replacing so many blue-collar jobs and pretty soon white-collar jobs, we may need to consider bigger changes, and we should start talking about that now. Things like a shorter work week, or a universal basic income, or guaranteed income. Ideas that can spread work around and supplement the incomes of people as they shift to the much-needed work.
Welcome to Milaika, Mr. President. I'm Arsenal, a humanoid robot. It is a pleasure to meet you. Here I go. A kid gets right to you.
Okay, come on, I'm ready. Right here?
Here I go.
Good job.
Journalist is asking me stuff I've been asked like 100 times before. My twin could totally handle it, maybe even better than me, because I'm bored being asked the same things over and over again, right? Yes. So I think everyone should have a digital twin to help them take care of routine, tedious things that they're asked to do. And everyone has the data to train it now from all the social media interactions they've had and all the video of them that's been captured. I think that's a quite promising product that we're developing in Twin Protocol.
There are 800 million people that need to be reskilled because of AI, and they're worried, right? But there's also $15 trillion of new productivity that AI is adding to the world. That's the size of the entire global food market, from seed to restaurant and beyond. And imagine if we can help people who miss the internet, who missed anything, and we can help them take advantage. So
is that it's easier than ever to essentially fake who you are. There's going to be a lot of potential fraud that's going to come out, and identity theft, where people, if you have a picture or video or some words of you online, it's not difficult to make a copy. The technology's there where it looks very realistic. It can look like you, sound like you, talk like you, act like you. That's what's coming. Whether we accept it or not, it is coming in 6 months from now, a year from now.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we know Barack Obama helped with the movie Leave the World Behind. And don't forget, that was a novel. And Barack Obama knows all about the new economy and new world that we're moving over to in this 4th industrial revolution. That video of him playing with that humanoid robot was in 2014. So we know they've been working on these humanoid robots since the 80s and 90s. And you know I bring it to you from the horse's mouth. I don't do no conspiracy theories. I let you hear it from the horse's mouth. I give you the truth, none but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And you're going to hate me because I'm telling you the truth. But remember, guys, I'm just a watchman on the wall. And Barack Obama speaks about universal basic income because these machines are about to take over the jobs. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But getting over into crypto, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto flat right now in the same trading range. We know CME opens tonight. It's going to move the market. And then once yields get to moving in the morning, it'll move the market again. Now we have Standard Chartered says this weekend Bitcoin will be rebounding. As we can see, it hasn't. We do have a couple catalysts, but I just don't see the liquidity that can move us up in a big way. But we do have a couple futures products that are going to be launching. But we're seeing liquidity shrink. And then plus, we're not getting a lot of big buying in the spot Bitcoin ETF. So guys, just make sure you're paying attention to the inflows and outflows and also the indicators. It'll let us know which way the market is going. Now in Bitcoin, we have the next halving is Shemitah year. And we're going to be on a wild ride until we get there. And the metaverse is the goal for Shemitah year. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday were pushed down, but I do see them slowly creeping back up. We know the Fed can't make a move, but we also know the Fed is starting to shrink liquidity as far as them manipulating that long end down. So I do see that long end creeping back up. And then we had the dollar down in a big way. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at $58 billion on Friday. And make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. But again, liquidity is shrinking. And we had Jerome Powell try to be slick and said $2 trillion over treasuries have been sold. But he was talking about the repo. He wasn't talking about this balance sheet. This balance sheet is still almost $7 trillion. But if you didn't understand what he was saying, you would have fell for it. He was speaking about this repo. We know the repo got up to like 2.6, 2.7 trillion, and now it's all the way down to 58 billion. So they've definitely sold treasuries, but it was in this emergency repo to keep the markets moving. And as they wind this repo down, we know they have other weapons to use. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we know the Fed and the central banks want to destroy this legacy market by keeping rates higher for longer so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Elizabeth Warren calls Elon Musk a bank robber, accuses him and Trump dismantling the CFPB to gain financial control. And we know Elon is there as a distraction. We know Trump is the salesman. Guys, remember, the goal is this new digital economy. Everything that Elon is invested in is about the digital economy. And we know Trump is definitely pushing this fourth industrial revolution. Every move he made is about building this new economy. Now, we had over 100 years ago, Henry Ford predicted an energy currency would replace gold and stop wars. And we know we had one of those, which was the petrodollar, but allowed them to print even more money. And we know every drums a beating was created by the banks to move the masses to an agenda. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs were up on Friday at close. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Hyperliquid is up over 176% since launch. Also, we have Avalanche sees increased wallet accumulation amid Bybit card cashback adoption. And we know all they have to do is dangle that carrot in order to push more adoption. Now we have AI agents making their way into crypto. Of course, first it was Coinbase. now Binance, and we have CZ speaking about these AI agents. And we know these AI agents are going to be doing a lot of work for these corporations, and eventually small businesses are going to move to these AI agents. And we've had trading bots for a long time, but anytime you have AI that's capable of creating its own wallet, managing the wallet, issuing tokens, conducting transactions, they can take over this economy without a human involved. But then on top of it, if you have a digital twin who can act on your behalf in a virtual world, that opens up a whole nother world, because that digital twin is going to be probably 1,000 times smarter than you. And we know the nerds are definitely going to take advantage of that. That's why it's so important for you to understand the technology, so therefore you don't fall for the devil's tricks. And then lastly, we have China launches center to train 100+ humanoid robots simultaneously. And again, guys, we know in Japan they've been working on these humanoid robots, the algorithms, the drones. Remember, I brought you the video where they brought the Japanese leaders to plan out the 4th Industrial Revolution in San Francisco. Remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. This is all biblical. These machines now have money, and that means the handful of families that run the globe can run this economy without a human involved. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.